Hello, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here. And if I sound a bit different, well, I'm on a different computer playing this. I'm testing this out on my old Windows 7 system, and although I'm using the mic that I normally use, I just unplugged it and plugged it in over here. I don't have the sound mixer board, which is a virtual one, set up, so I'm sure I'm sounding a bit different. But let's see how this plays. Yeah, let's just see how this plays. Okay. I don't want that. Okay. Let's... Now, sorry, I'm a little... a little confused, a little out of sorts after switching everything over. A little frustrated right now. Sorry for all that, but okay, I've shifted some priorities for production here. We're still massively producing supplies to catch up after all those expensive war games last episode. We do have a lot of divisions coming still, and we may get more in events, but so I put a few more in production and made sure that these guys are way down here. Some of these divisions are specifically set up to take advantage of the Czech artillery and such now. So we're doing that. Now what I'm going to create here is sort of a super commando group at the scale of this game under von Thoma. Okay. Okay. Oh, well, I want to look at a couple things first here. Let's just select this. Oh, okay. Well, you see it says current speed is, 640, but that's a bit of a lie. Let's see what it actually, that's what it actually is. Because it's, there's a bunch of modifiers the way they've done these things with the motor transport, and potentially we can see now, see how much slower it's going into the forests. Sort of why I picked this way, it's going out into the plains. I don't know what this is. Okay, this is sort of forests. So you can see the different speeds for terrain, and I like that. That is a good idea, of course. Okay, so that, but coming out here is almost 9. And I do want feedback on basically everything right now, audio and otherwise. Okay, so what we're going to do here is switch around because I want to make sure that it's Conf Group 88 is going to be the primary unit under von Thoma here. You see he is reasonably good, but he has a lot of capabilities. So the combined arms element of a Conf Group A is rather strong. That's why you only get them through events. Now let's see with all of this. Okay, so it's slowed down to 6. Okay, let's stop. Let's see if we can remove the elite light infantry here. We just had the commandos attached to this. Okay, so we're back up to there. So it's the elite light infantry. These commando brigades at 250 men are way too weak to do anything really on their own at the scale of this game. So having them attached here. Speed is important, but these other commandos. I don't know. What else would I attach to von Thoma if not that? Got the heavy AA, basically flak 88s. Got motorized infantry battalion. Conf group. Let's look here. To brigades. We could do a mixed armored support or mixed motorized support and keep it very fast. What's the cost? 5, 6. Could throw on an armored car element. Well, let's see, part of, yeah, we're moving at about that speed as well. Do we need von Thoma to be super fast? I guess not. I'd like it to be, but it's not radically slowing them up. There we go. Okay, so it's going to be fairly quick. I know we could come in and no, this is the fastest one, and I think until maybe even faster than mechanized, but we will see about that. What does Spain want? Yes. 1,200 per day plus. Very good. Okay, battleship crew training, nice. Okay, radar training we'll do next. What we give them money for crude oil. Okay, except, oh yes, one thing I think I could or should do is buy more resources. Oh well, wow, they don't have any rare materials we could. Well, maybe we could sell something to Sweden. No. Do you want oil? Maybe it says they don't have any money, or is it they don't like us? I know I have a bunch, but they don't have any money. So they want to sell us some supplies? Oh. Okay, well maybe we're too late to get in on the buying of the rare materials from Sweden to improve our relationship to get the Swedish benefit. Okay, what's up here? Okay, we'll do an extra SSHQ. Okay, well, we'll just attach it into the amp for the moment. Okay, Castle Schlock advance. I believe it's one of these. Yes, grayed out there. Okay. Yes, we can do air liaison. Okay, so reinforcement chance is now up at 15% instead of 10%. Very good. Getting more and more into production. Light cruiser escort roll. Very good. No. Take a look at there. Carrier group, carrier training are still way behind, but we don't have a carrier yet, and it'll be a while before we do. And I don't know if we're ever going to quote unquote catch up with the trainings and whatnot for that, but still, we have other things that we could more profitably use, I would say. I see the artillery there. Get the assault guns, armored car designs are coming along. Just looking at I don't want to do motorization of cavalry. Mostly because I want all the cavalry units to not burn fuel. Not that it isn't a good technology to have. So if I was doing something like playing as the US, very likely I would want to motorize my cavalry because fuel would not be the big issue, I wouldn't think. Because fuel is an issue on two elements for everybody, but one is do you have the fuel, and two, do you have the fuel where you need the fuel? So if fuel's a problem way out on the Eastern Front, you may have enough back in Germany, but trying to get it all the way out to the Eastern Front, you may very well have units that are in enough supply to move and fight, but no fuel to move, so they'd be stuck. So you want to have units that don't require fuel. Where the US, yeah, you might get in that situation, but probably it's going to have fuel. Okay. So Marine crew training. Back to here. Okay. Now we can do damage control. Is that what year of attack? 37. So we'll do that. Start research. We want to keep our subs alive as much as possible. Right, okay, naval HQs, very good. Let's do core HQs now. Now, I was asked politely, and that if I could change, I'm not saying I wouldn't change or couldn't change, but that I could change the the event that I have. Oh, which one was it? It was a combination. They were complaining about. Well, maybe it was the. I think it was Hungary joins the. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was my event of the anti-Comintern pack, and the first Vienna Awards, allowing Hungary to get into the Axis so early between the Black Ice event and mine. They sort of duel up to allow them to reduce their neutrality to get them into the war earlier. And they stated, well, I think you did get the date a little wrong, but they didn't join until November 1940. And I asked, well, what's your evidence of that they didn't join the German, you don't see me doing it, but the air quotes, the German faction until 1940? What's your evidence of that? And, well, when the date, that is actually September, when I looked it up. I didn't know it, I had to look it up. And I knew it was around that time, though. When they joined the tripartite pact. Okay. Well, one, we don't have the tripartite pact now, so obviously, should Italy not be in the Axis now? Maybe. Now, it was actually in November that Slovakia joined the tripartite pact, but they were clearly a puppet well before that point, Now, so when did Italy, or when did Hungary join the German faction? When they signed the anti-Comintern pact? Maybe. And, because we're translating this into game terms. When they started to get large chunks of territory, sort of pushed from Germany, and then that was the first, with their first bit was along here when it was still Czechoslovakia still existed, and then out here, the Carpathians, once Czechoslovakia was breaking up, so in two different waves here, they get former Czech territory, or Czechoslovak territory, or however you want to say it, because I don't know this is Czech out here, this is other. So when they were well on their way, or is it not until in 41 that they participated in they allowed German troops to come across Hungarian territory to go to Romania initially, as well as participating in the conquest of Yugoslavia. They actually participated. Is that when they joined? When did they join? Because that's way into 41. Now, I do, from quick reading up, because I know there was some stuff going on, the Hungarians allowed Poles to, Polish military units, and I think individual civilians, to flee into Hungary. They refused German access, because Germany wanted to try to attack a little bit from down here as well. Refused German access, and they allowed the Poles to evacuate into Hungary. Now, I saw a nice picture of a bunch of Polish armored personnel sitting around some of their TKS little tankettes, and some Hungarian uniformed soldiers looking in and around them. Basically, these are now interned TKSs that now belong functionally to Hungary, and so I'm sure they were turning over all of their equipment that was as they escaped into Hungary. And so that, because I know another unit of R-35 French tank, French built tanks, but Polish, fled into what was at that time much more aligned with the Western nations, into Romania. Those Poles also did get out to fight too, but those tanks ended up being the sort of presidential or royal, maybe more royal, not sure whether royal or presidential, I'm not sure, armored company or whatever, you know, guard company, so you know they get repainted over into Hungarian or not Romanian colors in that instance, and they continued to use them basically through to the end of the war, though they never like used them to invade the Soviet Union or anything. They were just sort of an at-home, you know, those are just a little light two-man little light tanks, so you know they weren't overly useful, but decent, you know, on sort of, you know, I got a machine gun and a light 37mm gun, so shoot at infantry and whatnot, all right. So, or crowds of revolting peasants or something. So yeah, they, you know, they weren't fully on board with everything. Now, Horthy says it would be against Hungarian honor because of earlier friendships with Poland to allow Germany to come through. And I sort of believe that. But I would, you know, I'm not saying for sure that they should be in the, you know, the Axis faction in the game terms in May 39, but there is definitely reason to say that they were on their way. And so where is the drawing line on that? You know, yes, this is early. Is this too early? I don't know, because I know it sort of at this time Romania is still trying to be an ally of France, you know, in 39, and then it's really that falls apart. Okay, light armor designs. That falls apart, and they have to rethink things and sort of decide to get on board with the German. What do we have here? My mouse is being a little sticky. Okay, oh yes, the naval HQs. Yes, we want those. Now, what that does give us, yes, because that also came about. We have here a lift float here. Let's attach this to where are we? We're in Berlin. Okay. Okay, we've really sort of over it's okay, a little maybe we should be looking here. Okay, okay, too much stuff directly attached to him. So what we're going to do is unattach. Hopefully this won't mess things up too much. Oh well, let's just click here. Now we'll attach him to the one in Berlin there, and then attach him to the float there. Okay, he has some Flieger Corps under him, but we can see about there are structural benefits like less supply usage and whatnot for having some of these. Oh man, my mouse isn't working like I'm used to. This is my old mouse, doesn't work as well. To having the multiple layers. So on it. Okay, so he's going to get some use later on. Let's see as we expand a bit more into the west for commands. Fleet command here in Berlin. I don't know what I want to do with you. We'll send you up over to here. Let's just save this for is taking a long time. No, I think we might end this episode here. I don't know if this experiment is working out as good as I hoped. But I'm going to continue to paddle on. Just give it all the time in the world. Just let it go, let it go, let it go. Well, okay. If you haven't already, of course, please subscribe. I really love it when you guys comment. I know Ladislav was sort of going, hey, I'm sorry for always commenting on your videos. No, comment on all my videos. Make 10 comments per video. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It really helps out, feeds the algorithm, as they say. And boy, I hope this does work eventually. So yeah, comment below, say hi, tell me where you're from, that kind of thing, to get to know my audience. If you have any questions, ask them. We're just going to keep this going. You can leave now if you don't want to continue. Just listen to me go on.